Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NBA Edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with co-host Seb. Seb, you want to tell everybody why you're so tired?
Long weekend.
Oh, he had a long weekend, everybody. Okay, just checking in. So, you're talking NBA. I feel a lot of trade rumors are going around. A lot of star players on there for their respective teams, are either injured and their team is looking better without them, or just not panning out for the future anymore, right? You could talk about LaMelo Ball with the Charlotte Hornets. You could talk about Trae Young with the Atlanta Hawks. But where we're going to start, right, is with Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks. I actually seen a report today saying that Anthony Davis is bracing, ironically enough, because the nigga's always in a fucking brace, but bracing for the Mavericks to trade him. Only, I believe, still under just a year from being traded from the Lakers to the Dallas Mavericks in that Luka Doncic trade. Um, my question to you is, should the Mavericks trade Anthony Davis, and why?
I think yes, because obviously this is not the season that they was going to project to have starting off 5-15. This really wasn't, first of all, the organization's pick. This was Nico's Harrison vision, and now that you trade a guy that hasn't, really sought out the vision that Nico Harrison has. That's the second person to go out the door with this whole thing. Not everybody was under the idea of trading Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis and having Luka leave. But Nico Harrison said he's seen something. Defense wins championships. But this is obviously not the case. This is not the timeline for Anthony Davis now. You're seeing it now more than ever how this could just really just be one whole shit show. The domino effects is just falling in, and Anthony Davis might have to be the second person to go. Injuries has definitely plagued him this far. It doesn't help that you have Kyrie Irving still out and hasn't been back yet. It doesn't help that you're 5-13. It doesn't help none of that. So if you could find a suitable trade for Anthony Davis to where you get some pieces back and then start fresh with Cooper Flag leading the frontier, then I suggest you go for it. So this Dallas relationship between Anthony Davis and the Mavericks has had a short stint, and the way it's looking by the trade deadline, Anthony Davis will be somewhere.
Um, I feel this is a very interesting conversation. Well, we all know this was the wrong trade to make. You don't trade your little franchise super mega star player for an aging Anthony Davis. Seb, could you pull up for me how old is Anthony Davis right now?
I got you right now. Let me see. AD. The lighting's better here too.
Bear with us, folks. I just need to get this fact checked. I believe 32, right?
Yeah, 32 years old.
Right, 32. So just, I think, what is your prime? Up till 32 is from 27 to 32, if I'm not mistaken. So you kind of got him just out of his prime. And I know the thought idea was, I heard you say it a lot of times, where they're trying to build this defensive oriented team and this, that, and the third. I just don't see the clear vision. Now, I can't put this all on Nico Harrison because a trade like that has to get approved by um I'm pretty sure the president of basketball operations. And when you talk about a player of that caliber, the owner, because that is your cornerstone. That is your prospect that is literally putting the fans in the seats. So it goes from the top all the way to the bottom. But Nico Harrison is the face, right, of just the behind the scenes people. So you're gonna blame him. He was fired, even though I don't even know, was that just his idea? That's another story for another day. Anthony Davis is a good player when healthy. He can play on both ends of the floor. He can stretch the floor. He's not a bad passer. He's just injury prone. Period. I know this from just being a Lakers fan, just for since LeBron has got there, and then we acquired Anthony Davis. He just gets hurt. He gets hurt at the wrong times. He gets hurt at the right times. Every season, just he's had a lingering injury. I think there's only been one season since he's been on the Lakers since he's really played 65 plus games. It just is what it is. So I didn't see how one from the Dallas side, you couldn't have made a better trade for Luca. You telling me there was no other star, young star, at least around the same age, still in the midst of their prime that you could have got for Luca Doncic? Like out of all the players in the NBA, the best you could have did was Anthony Davis. It just really don't make any sense to me. But now we're talking about you have him now and now you just trade him again. What are you gonna get for Anthony Davis?
Some younger pieces.
Who?
I really have to look around the league to
I don't
really.
want to hear all this. Oh, just for young people. Who? Like, because that's what this was the man you traded Luca for. So now you're about to trade the man you traded Luca for now for another player that isn't even going to probably be as good as Anthony Davis when healthy.
It's usually how it works around in the trades.
So now it's like you went backwards in one trade. Now you're going backwards again in another trade. Now you're not really doing any justice for Cooper Flag. It just don't make any sense because I'll give you an example. I hear a lot of people saying Chicago. You telling me so basically you traded Kobe White? No, you traded Luka Doncic for Kobe White.
Kobe White, I guess
Kev,
Vucevic.
no, they're not gonna get Vucevic in that deal. I seen this at Kobe White, Kevin Herter, and some picks.
You can't do that. That's fleecing.
You
That's
say you can't do that? They already got fleeced. Anthony Davis for Luca is a fleece, and if I was there, I said don't do that.
at least I need like three players, bro. Like Kobe White, maybe Patrick Williams,
Patrick Whip,
bro. It's really
who?
yeah.
Patrick? No, no. Patrick Williams.
You gotta take what you can, brother. The shit is already fucked up.
Nah, it's like I've never been a fan of Patrick Williams. When I hear that name, I get a little irritated. I don't. This just don't make any fucking sense. So if I'm the Mavericks, because how much time is left on his deal?
Maybe a year or two.
I think you let it play out. Cause I feel like you did one panic move, not to do another panic move. Because I don't even understand why Luca needed to be traded in the first place. Now, I'm not complaining because he looks great in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform. And for the first time I've seen with my own eyes, I thought I would never see this day. LeBron is the third option, but I thought I would never really see it. I thought second option. He's like the third option. And just letting Luca and AR do their thing. But I could talk about my Lakers another day. But you give him away. What really happened? This can't just be he was out of shape because then how is Zion still in New Orleans? Like no, if we're talking really this out of shape, like what like what if he was that out of shape? He was fresh off of finals, no?
Lady.
Luca.
Oh, Luca. Oh, bro, it doesn't matter if that nigga is in shape or out of shape. He was still terrorizing the league, averaging 30 points, triple double, man. That's the part I keep going back to, bro. That shit is collusion. There's something funny behind that shit, bro. Nobody could ever make me think otherwise that somebody think it was a good deal to trade Luca for AD. They don't, bro. Team morality on paper, cool. Oh yeah, we have AD, Kyrie, and Clay. Nigga, overall, bro, you gave up Luca Doncic. And then every day these fans go into this Dallas arena and they see Anthony Davis is playing. And feel me, he fucking limping as soon as he go for a block. I see why they boo Nico Harris out of bars. I see why, man. That shit makes zero sense, bro.
I just it just don't make no sense, and I feel a little bad for Anthony Davis because they played the Lakers the other day. The Lakers kicked their ass, and he's just standing on the court like this, is like because it's like he knows like we're cooked. Now, I was one of the ones that said Dallas will make the play in this season, and I'm not reneging on none of my takes this year, so I'm still gonna stand on that. I think when Kyrie Irving comes back, they'll be better. Now that's a tough hill to climb because the Western Conference is what it is, but I'm not changing that pick. Kyrie will be back. Cooper Flag has been steadily been getting better. I understand restarting everything and building around Cooper Flag, but it's like you gave away Luca for Anthony Davis. It just don't make any sense. Like, and then it's like, so do you put Clay in the deal?
Clay got to go too.
Like, nah, I did see that not against the Clippers. He did make about six threes.
Yeah, I think everybody's just playing good against the Clippers now. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother. That team's a piece of shit, bro. And then Kawhi Leonard want to go out and say, I think we need better players in this team. Like, nigga, y'all need to be the better players, bro. What the That shit pisses me off so bad, bro.
It
Because it's
was
nigga, Ty Lue got the Darvin Ham pose, bro. James Harden might ask for a fucking trade. Zubac look like he got two left feet out there sometimes when he's playing fucking in the pick and roll.
listen. They got Chris Paul.
Nah, I don't think Chris Paul envisioned himself retiring like this. For what it's worth, he could have just, called it quits last
He
year.
could have came to the Lakers.
Or he
I
could
don't know what his mind was on thinking of, like what uh, I'm not even gonna get on that decision right now. It's his final season. I'll let him have his farewell tour. Widow's like brother.
bro, is that even a farewell tour, bro? I thought, bro, the way that Chris Paul barely plays, bro, I'm thinking he already retired, bro. I think that nigga already retired, bro.
I
This
just
can't be a tour, bro. Can't be a tour, bro. A tour is like, feel me,
but let me ask you, and we're getting off topic, but now this poses a good question. Would you rather be right now a Clippers fan or a Mavericks fan?
Mavericks fan. I still got Cooper Flag, and that's a promising future. They got Kawhi Leonard, who's still uncertain at any given day of the week. James Harden at any given moment could blow this shit up and say, "Man, I need to get out of here." Who else? Zubac. I don't know. Who else? I'm thinking of. The rest are just bums, bro. Everybody's playing like bums, bro. And Tyler just got his hands in his pocket. Steve Ballmer is over here saying, "Yeah, at least we got the into it though." Yo, what the hell?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it will really be tough to be both because it's like I really feel like it's like your house got robbed and you just can't figure out who did it. Like, and it's like the stuff just not coming back. Like, it's just sickening. Like, and once again, Cooper Flag is great, but that's not Luka Doncic, bro. Like, that's two different tiers of player. And he's a rookie. I'm not saying he can't have a great career, but when you see a once in a lifetime kind of player, bro,
Yeah, like
like
it is, bro. Like once in a lifetime, bro. But here we are. Now we have Cooper Flag, which Cooper Flag is gonna pan out. Okay, I'm not saying that though, but damn, is he gonna copy? Like, is he gonna be able to pick Luca's shoes? Because the route Luca was going on, he already got them to two conference finals, a finals appearance. He's done a lot for Dallas. So they basically saying you gonna have to fill in those shoes. whole time. I necessarily wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to be drafted to this team, bro. This ship just sank so bad that I ended up here, and now you ask me to fill in his shoes, though. It's fucked up.
You talking about filling the shoes? That's like a size 15, and Cooper Flag's a size 10. So it's like you could put the shoes on, but try to run down the block. Your ass gonna trip and fall, nigga.
Yeah, but I'm still with the best for Cooper Flag though. But it's like, damn, man. Damn, man. All it takes is one move, man, and here you are watching Luca celebrate. Him and AR over here making fun of each other, enjoying themselves. Everybody just having fun. Now there's a fucking gray storm that has Anthony Davis' name written on it. He didn't want to go there. The nigga didn't want to go there. He didn't ask to be traded, bro. He didn't ask for that. Now he's back playing with D'Lo again. The nigga's back playing with D'Angelo Russell, bro.
No, you. But and did you? So hold on, 'cause I gotta say this about D'Angelo Russell. Did you see that thing I sent you in the chat?
I said, oh, they need a cat.
He's over. You know what the temple? It's like they need cat, and then I'm thinking about it, and I feel like they need me. It's like D'Lo.
Once again, it's Isaiah Thomas shit, bro. I see it,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know if they need you, like, but I'm glad that you're already thinking about your next destination because I don't think you finished your career as a Dallas Maverick. But that's another story for another day. So I mean, we can once again. I feel there's been multiple times we've spoken on this topic, but once you make a mistake like that, people's gonna talk about this forever. To me, it's the worst trade in NBA history.
Yeah, it's looking like a robbery without a gun.
Because even people might talk about, oh, the Brooklyn Nets and Celtics. Without the Miami Heat in their way, the Nets could have made the finals with that team.
I ain't saying that. Anybody that wanted to get to the finals has to fucking get through Miami, though. And nobody was getting to Miami.
So I mean, I get it may have faltered their future. Don't get me wrong, I agree with that. But at least they were going literally all in, and without the Miami Heat, they could have did it. Now I don't know who sat back in their chair and thought, you know what might stop Miami?
Old people.
Let's bring back that Celtics roster and add Darren Williams. Yeah, but hey. I don't know what it takes to qualify as a GM in the NBA, but listen, let's move on to the Atlanta Hawks, right? Who Trey Young went down with an injury about 2 weeks ago now, and they feel like the whole world is saying they look better without him. Trey Young is very ball dominant. We get all that. I still think he's a tremendous player. Right, can space the floor, can shoot from anywhere, has a great handle, can pass the ball. But he reminds me of that James Harden and Houston kind of player that he needs the ball in his hand. He's not really the best off ball player. I think that's something that if he could really watch film on Steph Curry on how even when he doesn't have the ball, right, you have to have your eyes glued on him. I think that can take his game just to a whole nother stratosphere. But once again, the Hawks look bad, and it's looking like Jalen Johnson is just that dude. Right, and then I always know about his athleticism and his will to get to the basket, but he also looks like a triple double threat. Right, can rebound the ball, can pass the ball, pretty good defensively. Are the Hawks just better off without Trey Young?
Yes. Yes. And I say that full heartedly believing that it's time to trade Trae Young too. I think that, you found your guy now. And it's to a point now to where the league has get into a more our guards got to be, a certain taller nowadays, And if you have a guy that could do it all within Jalen Johnson and, pass the ball at a high rate, it makes the team a little bit more interesting. I think they play a taller brand of basketball now with Jalen Johnson, Nikhil Alexander Walker, and Dyson Daniels with Okongwu out there. And I'm missing somebody else, though. I think it's the Muhammad Gaining. I forget. I
Well,
forgot.
when Porzingis doesn't play.
Oh, Porzingis. Yeah. See, so they play a whole lineup of basketball, and that's helped them tremendously defensively too. And I think that for them, it's also been the fact of just moving without the ball. Like everybody gets a little piece of the pie. Not everybody's just being stagnant, waiting to get set up for either a lob or a corner three. Though I think now you see guys like Nikhil Alexander showing off his repertoire a little bit. Jalen Johnson has been showing off there. Like I have a full bag, like I have a full kit. He could do as well too. Okongwu has stepped up to the plate too. Dyson Daniels is starting to look like the player that we seen last year. Had a shaky start to beginning of the year this far, but has picked it up this far though. And they play with a lot of heart out there. Zachary Richeche too, somebody that's a number one pick, but nobody's gonna ever talk about him like he's something special though. But he's somebody that's been fitting in a role of just being this floor spacer. I'm watching the game against Cleveland on Friday. I believe it was the NBA Cup, and they just flat out play with a little more heart. They play with more tenacity on defense. They get out and run in transition. Everybody knows that at a point in time, be ready for the ball because it's going to come either from a guy like Nikhil, Jalen John. It doesn't matter. The ball just moves more fluently. They're more of a threat on defense because they have the size and length. They don't got to cover for anybody because they can switch. Yeah, I kind of like the potential of this team thus far. It's not a shame on Trae Young. Like it's not no like disrespect to Trae Young though. But if you see now the momentum that they're playing with, it's kind of scary to see this whole team now compared to a team that got Trae Young in the mix now to where majority of the usage, the ball handle usage is going to be in his hand. Like a lot of the assists are going to come straight from him. Like a lot of the points is going to come straight from him. Meanwhile, you got other guys that could put the ball in the basket too at a high rate.
What? Well, Trey Young would average about 8 to 9 assists per season. So it's
Yeah.
not like he's just not sharing the rock. Cause I feel like you're saying like everyone gets a piece of the pie, yes. But Trey Young was still looking for the open man. I don't think because now look, and I always bring up James Harden in Houston, right? Very ball dominant, could get assists in the pick and roll lob threat. You think Trey monopolizes the ball like that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I do. Because And here's the thing, though, and they've tried it to see if Trey Young can play a little bit of off ball too. When they brought in Dejounte Murray, though, at the end of the day, it's still Trey Young's world. Like he's most effective with the ball in his hand. I can't see Trey Young just being a cat. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Trey Young in a Stephen Curry type of role to where he could get a down screen. He could get a down screen set for him, and he comes off of it and catches and
But
shoot.
do you think he can do that? You're saying you haven't seen it, but do you think he can?
I think he can, but I just don't. I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen it. I think he can though, because
Because now, if you're gonna do a trade, what are you really gonna get back? That's on that level of a Trae Young, and you take away Trae Young. Look at this roster right now, Valena. I like the pieces, and they are winning right now. But is the way it's constructed, and I guess Jalen Johnson's your number one. That wins you a championship, even if they continue to develop. I'm not saying this season, but you go along with this plan of these dudes. That wins the championship.
not guaranteed. You still got to make the moves around him
No,
though.
no, I'm not. No, I'm saying if you was predicting, we know moves in the fake. We know everything. They said with this core, you remove Trey Young, you keep develop, do add the necessary people. Do you think that Jalen Johnson number one that is a championship? Yes or no?
I think they contend. Championship is a little too far to picture in my eyes though.
Okay.
I think they could
So
contend at least for more. If they decided, let's make Jalen Johnson our go-to guy, I think they have a stronger chance of contending now.
okay, because now look, we seen Trey Young bring this Hawks team and some different players, right? But to an Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
You don't think Trey Young, if you tweak some things and he which one has a higher peak? I'm trying to say Trey Young leading this team or Jalen Johnson and everybody. I guess everyone kind of following. So you understand what I'm trying to say. Which one you
Yeah.
think has a higher peak?
I say right now it's still Trey Young though because he's done it. But from the small sample, I like if I'm the organization, I do kind of like.
And the East is weak this year. Are we blinded right now? So hold on a second. We know the East is wide open. So are we getting fooled right now.
I don't think we're getting fooled. I think right now it's more so is everybody's competing. I wouldn't call the East weak. I just think that teams have gotten better. Like players have gotten better. There's a bunch of players around the league, and we speak about this all the time. Like players are getting better nowadays, and like the more offensive repertoire a bunch of these players have, I can't necessarily say there's only one dominant team that's in the NBA right now, and it's the OKC Thunder. Other than that, everybody is hooping. Like
Okay, but we knew about the Celtics who are missing Jason Tatum, their best player, and it's not the
right,
same team, right? And then you got the Indiana Pacers who just went to the finals. They're missing their star player. That's already two teams out of there right now. And then
okay,
who? Because who else in the East was really a contender?
we still got New York, Orlando. You was very high on to begin.
But I'm not, yeah, that's my pick. But no one was saying Orlando's gonna win a championship
Who else? Cleveland. Although they've been playing like crap, it's not the same Cleveland team that started off hot last season. I mean, yeah, like you said, I wouldn't say weak, but the East is definitely for the taking, though. You got teams like Miami that's having a resurgence season now. I don't know what's going on in Philly.
because the Hawks remind me of Miami. Right, I feel you now, but for different reasons, right? The Heat, you subtract Jimmy Butler, right, and that whole debacle that happened, everyone's getting a piece of the rock. They look better, don't they?
Yeah, 100%.
But what's their peak now? Like what how high could they really go?
They could find with Coach Bo. They could find themselves still doing something special though.
Of course, I think they'll make the playoffs. But look, when Jimmy took them to a finals, can the Heat replicate that?
And to this point, this East year in the East, bro, we never know. There's been a new team out the East for quite some time.
Who's
And
had a star player and an all NBA talent? What middle of the pack team just did it without the All NBA star? You talk about the Pacers, right? Going to the finals. You talk about Milwaukee. You talk about the Miami Heat, who had Jimmy Butler, who just went there with a group of casuals,
okay, you have a point there.
right? So that's what I'm asking. Is back to the point. Is Jalen Johnson gonna be that guy?
I ain't gonna set that ceiling yet for him yet though, but he's on a
What's
trajectory.
your prediction? Do you think? I mean, what sample size do you need? Do you think he could be that guy?
Yes, I said he could be that guy,
To do what? To lead a team to a championship? Or you're saying a playoff threat?
a playoff threat right now. You got to build your repertoire to me first. Like like to me, I say okay, he could be a plan. He could be a threat in the playoff for right now though.
You
But
need
to
the
live up,
best player on a championship team.
still gotta wait and see. I gotta see how your game pans out in the playoffs. The playoffs is where you make your name. You know what I'm saying?
But you knew about now. We can go back. You seen that in Luca before he even made the playoffs. You see, that's it.
No, I was sold when he was in the playoffs.
Seb, you serious right now?
Okay, all right. Hear me out. In Luca's first playoffs, you knew Luca was nice, but you didn't know he was transcendent until he
Before
gave the Clippers
I,
work.
before he made the playoffs, he was that nigga. Just from watching his game,
He
what
was,
else did you not want to see?
he was nice, but was he transcendent?
Yes,
You don't know somebody's transcendent until you get to the playoffs and be like, all
that's
right,
not true because then look at LeBron.
LeBron got to the playoffs literally the next year.
But you knew his first year he was that nigga.
He was
Don't
nice.
don't do that, Sid. Don't do it now. You gotta see what they do in the play. Don't do that. You know
Why?
niggas have that. Dwayne Wade coming out of college. Dwayne Wade the first. Yeah, he got that. Yeah, he does.
He got it, but is he transcendent?
Yes.
You don't know somebody transcendent if you've never seen him in the playoffs.
Seb, stop. Seb, stop.
Is a Melo Ball nice?
Who?
Melo Ball.
He's good.
Is he?
He
Nah,
don't got it. No, and I said if I don't got me to play. He don't got it. He don't got it. And that's an interesting pick because he just I don't know how much he cares about basketball. That's a whole other conversation. I don't know if LaMelo Ball is the
still
right player.
nice. He's still a nice player, but is he
He's
transcendent?
cool.
but we haven't seen it in the NBA, bro. There's yeah, you're nice, but are you transcending?
You know, you've seen players throughout history say before they even make but their first season, you watching their game, what they can do. You say he got it. He will win a championship in the NBA. You know, like you've seen that before.
There's a
You don't
difference
have to say,
between
"Oh, I gotta wait till he makes the playoffs."
yes. The playoffs is where you become solid. The
Oh
playoffs is
my
where
God, bro! Like, what are you talking about? That's like in football. The first time I seen Jaden Daniels, like, yeah, that nigga, that's it. And you see that from the first couple weeks.
yes, and then he made his name in the playoffs.
Bro, what?
He had a
No,
good
like
yes, he had a good
no,
but he fit but he
no.
yes, bro. Yes, that's how it works, brother. Like feel me,
Uh,
that's cool.
uh,
But to
uh.
see if you're really legit, your game got to step up more in the playoffs, bro. And that's why we
Well,
have
of
players.
course, when you make the pledge, you have to perform. But that's like choosing a prospect in the draft. So what are you gonna say? Because he never won a national title, we can't pick him. It's based off the archetype, his skill set. What are we talking about
Okay,
right
yes,
now?
but you don't know if he's going to be the face of the franchise until you draft him in and you see, because that's why this thing's called bust. That's why you could be a bust or you could be a good player when I draft you in this lottery pick. We don't know what you're fully capable of until you're in the playoffs. We'll see. Can you lead us to a championship? That is a transcendent type of player. And when LeBron got to his first playoffs, they said, "All right, this motherfucker
When
is good enough." That
LeBron James was drafted, he said, "You're
nobody
gonna
was saying
lie
that
on
shit for him.
camera right now and say you had questions."
That's what everybody says,
I'm
bro.
asking you. When he was drafted, you're telling me from his first season you still had quite well, can you perform in the playoffs? Just yes or no, you did.
Yes,
All right.
everybody has questions
I
for that.
want everyone to know right now. Seb just lied on camera again. I'm gonna do it.
Nah,
I'm
I'm
gonna call
not
you
gonna
out
do
every
it.
time you do it because you just lied. Stop,
No,
bro.
everybody just thought, oh
Stop,
no,
bro.
LeBron's just
No,
gonna
not
finish
every.
this
Don't
season.
say the word everybody now, cause that's retarded. No one said everybody.
All
I said
right.
there's certain players that when you see them from the jump, he's that nigga. He's going to lead this franchise to championships.
So people thought that about Shea Gilgis.
No, no. Shea was not that type of talent. No, he was not.
Shea
No.
averaged like fucking
When
16.
Shea was on the Clippers, he was a good prospect, bro. But no one's seen this kind of leap, bro.
Yes, and he made this league throughout the years and getting better in the
And
playoffs.
he's not one of the players I'm talking about.
So
He's
who else
not.
are you talking about?
He's not. I said the Lucas, bro. I'm talking about the LeBrons, those type of players, bro.
Nobody thought Luka was going to do that until he became transcendent in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. That's
How could you? But how can you say that for the whole world?
because at the end of
No,
the
you felt
day,
like that.
yes, and you're telling me that everybody saw it when they
And
saw
I
him.
felt different. No, me and you was having a conversation. I can't speak for the world.
Yes, but I
I'm talking about when
can't.
I seen Luca, his first, he was doing things. I said, yo, he's that nigga. He will lead his team to a championship. Yes.
Yeah, he's
Now,
a.
now, am I right or wrong? No. Then you have to see it, but you can still make that type of prediction on a player. You can.
And when does that prediction fall through?
If they ever win a championship.
Luka's still without a championship though. But
Luca?
you know he's transcended though because you watched it in the playoffs and
No. And
yeah.
that's when you thought of that. Well, I seen
you
it from the
knew
beginning before he made the
you
playoffs.
knew
That's when you thought.
you knew he could do something special.
Yes, his first season. Yeah, go watch the clips, nigga.
So
It's
in
on
Kyrie Irving,
YouTube. Go watch the
so in
clips.
Kyrie Irving's first season, you thought, oh, that's the guy that can win the championship.
Kyrie Irving. Oh. If I had to say yes or no, no.
That was the first one. Right. He was killing. He was averaging 21 with terrorizing the
Just say the
league.
first. Oh, don't say the first overall pick. Don't say that, because now I'll bring a first overall picks that did not do that. So don't do that.
All right, bro. If we're just
All right,
saying,
we're not going off number one pick now. Let's talk about Anthony Bennett.
if we're just saying,
Uh,
if we're just saying,
uh, brother. Nah, brother. All right, so how do you feel about Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis, I thought he was when he brought that New Orleans team to the playoffs. I thought he was transcended.
So you're telling me throughout your all your years of watching basketball, never in a person's first season you ever thought from the first season that they could win championship? Never.
That I think.
Yo, cause he's about to lie.
Well,
Right?
let me like. Can I think? If I
My,
recall the
my fault. I'll go on mute. My
like, damn, nigga, like a player that I thought could win a championship. What I say? I can't even. I kind of thought that about Zion. I kind of thought that about.
Yo, nah. But listen, it's not a lot of players like that, though. I will say that. That's when you talk about the generational talents, the ones that you probably feel like that because he was getting a lot of hype. Zion Williamson was having a lot of hype coming into the NBA. I'm not mad at that. I'm saying it doesn't happen a lot. But I feel like there's certain dudes, and that's why you only see me name Luca and LeBron. I would have to sit down and think, but those are the two names that come to mind. I seen Luca's first season, bro. The game winners, bro. It was his first season. That game winner, he's falling out of bounds when they played Portland. You don't remember that shit,
Oh, he said the shit. OT, yeah. I knew. No, I
bro?
knew he
I
was
seen shit like that. I'm like, yo, this nigga is going to win championships. Cause not, no, I wasn't seeing people do that.
true.
Listen, but we can debate this all day. We do have to move on. We're already 30 minutes into this episode. We got two more things to talk about. I already forgot one of the end topics, but we got a lot of matchups tonight. What is your Monday night matchup that you have your eyes on the most?
Monday night matchup. So if we go into our schedule,
Doubleheader on Peacock, everybody. Go watch the prime time matchups. I believe it's Lakers Suns tonight, and I'm forgetting the first one. I think Orlando playing.
uh, Orlando, Chicago.
I believe that's the first one
Plus we got
on
Dallas,
Peacock.
Denver, Utah. I think the game that I'm most interested in seeing is going to be against the two young teams between the Atlanta Hawks and the Detroit Pistons. I think that's going to be relatively a good game as for two young teams thus far. Just finding their niche. Jalen Johnson versus Kate Cunningham. Definitely going to be an interesting matchup though. Both match up well in like size and just height defensively. The Pistons, I think they just dropped like they last two or something like that. So, just coming down from a little high off their win streak thus far though. Um, yeah, they just well actually this one, yeah, they dropped like two games, I believe. They lost to the Celtics and they lost to the Magic, both in close games. Though, but for the most part, though, they go out and compete every single night. I know the Hawks are going to go out and compete too. I'm expecting just Kate Cunningham to just do Kate Cunningham things like how he's been doing this season, though. Maybe a triple double, flirt with a triple double. Jalen Duren maybe go out there and give a double double machine. And I'm expecting Jalen Johnson to maybe have another triple double too as well, though. So I think two young players that
Put it
relatively
on a parlay, man. Two triple doubles.
shit, you ain't gotta tell me twice. You ain't gotta tell me twice. Two players in the same game, triple double, man. It's enough money to give me some gas for this week.
Listen, I ain't mad at it. But the game I'm looking at tonight is, and you just mentioned it, Orlando and Chicago. When I look at the Orlando side of things, the team that got off to a slow start, but this was my pick to come out of the East this season due to the East just being wide open. They have picked it up as of recently. I don't. Paolo's not back yet, right?
He should be. Let me check the.
I say that I don't think he's back. I haven't seen him in a little while now. I didn't hear he was coming back tonight. I could be wrong. Seb is fact checking that. But either way, either with Paulo, without Paulo, a young team. I love their young nucleus. You got the Wagners of the world. You do have Paulo if and when he comes back. You do got this young kid I love off the bench, Anthony Black. I think that's a very important piece to this team. He's someone that's a spark plug. He can create his own, shot off the dribble. He can get to the basket. I attack the rim. I already seen a poster just last week. I thought that was insane. I love that player, Wendell Carter Jr. Um, winning on and off the court. If you know what I'm talking about, he definitely just does his thing. I just like the pieces on this team. You got the Jalen Suggs in the world now. Hold on, Jalen Suggs. The headband on the neck. That's not fly, nigga. All right, you started wearing the headband because your hair is going. I don't now wear it on the neck. That nah, bro.
You gotta start new fashion trends.
Nah, man, I'm just not feeling that. But I'm just trolling right there. I love what he does defensively. He continues to get better. I think this team is missing that real veteran player that can get them through the playoffs, right? You got Paulo, you got Franz. Those are your two cornerstones. But who's that vet? Between the eight, I'm thinking of 30 and 35. That can definitely swing a series for you, right? And I heard Draymond Green say this, right? Talking about Nick Young was a swing player for them. Who is that swing player for the Orlando Magic? I'm not exactly sure who that is, but I think towards the trade deadline, Orlando's going to be a team that will be active. So I'm waiting to see what they do. But once again, they've been playing better as of recent. If I was them, I would have held on to the KCP type of player, a 3 and D guy that is a champion, knows what it takes. I wouldn't have let him go. But
My thing is now they need to find themselves a better backup quarterback. I mean, backup point guard, because Tyus Jones has not been cutting it for them. Like they,
well, he's been okayish. I just wouldn't move on from him or anything like that. I think he's still solid, and it's still early in the season. I think Tyus Jones is still a very capable backup point guard in today's NBA. We just heard last season the whole world was saying he needs to start somewhere. He needs to. I don't just want to bash him now just off these first month and a half, 2 months. I definitely think he's a formidable player, can knock down that 3 point shot, and is always going to make the right decision. So, once again, I like this Orlando team. Just quickly on the other side, Chicago started off on fire, has fell off completely. I still think this will be a play-in team. It's just you have to keep learning how to win. These young teams and trying to, really not rekindle, but just trying to build something on the contrary from the past couple seasons when you had the DeMar DeRozan's Zach Levine experiment. So I do like the direction that they're going in. You got the Josh Giddey's of the world. I think that's your cornerstone franchise piece. He's a triple double threat. Now he don't play that much defense, but I love what he can do offensively, getting everybody involved. I like keeping Nikola Vucevic on this team. Bucci man, has made already what 2 game winners this season. I think he's that real glue guy of this team. A lot of the young dudes just look up to him, and I love what he brings from the team morale. You have Kobe White back. I wouldn't move him. I've been hearing some people say move him. He's getting in the way of Josh Giddey, and he's just a scorer. I mean, you're gonna need a player like that, right? We've seen how many times in the playoffs to where you just need a guy that's just gonna get you a bucket, right? When the game stalls out and a team hasn't scored in 2 minutes, who's gonna be that player to now turn the tide, right? So I like Kobe White on this team. I like Kevin Herter. I don't like Patrick Williams, but I think it's still a team that can fight in this Eastern Conference. I don't know about advancing past no first round right now, but I do like the direction they're going in. And just to pick a winner, I think Orlando wins tonight and just continues to build off that momentum.
Orlando Magic, Orlando Magic.
But we are getting towards the end of the show. I remember the topic that we had to talk about, and is who is your too early MVP of this season? Like I said, we're about a month and a half in, 2 months.
Yeah,
So right now, if you had to put your vote in, who is your NBA MVP?
my NBA MVP would have to go to Luka Doncic, and I'm gonna get off the narrative of Shea Gilgis just because I'm not gonna get voters fatigue because he only has one though, but he's like Shea's gonna be up there though, but I think Luca might just need a little MVP praise just for what he has been doing and holding down the fort. I know he's been injured for a little bit to begin the season though, but for the most part though, when he's out there though, He's damn near he's damn near guaranteed to give you 35 points a game, bro. And for him to do that at a higher rate and still get others involved though, and others to even get their shit off like Austin Reeves to able to still average 28. It just goes to show you that he's lethal not only in the scoring points but getting others involved too. The Lakers are thriving right now, sitting at the second seed, I believe. Um, I think that if he keeps it up at this rate, still averaging like 35 on an event, I don't think they're gonna. I don't know if they could ever get the one seed. Ever if somehow OKC slows down, I don't know how. OKC might not lose another game for maybe another week or two. I'm expecting OKC to maybe lose at least one game in the next 2 weeks. But that's still not going to change nothing for real, though. But at the rate the Lakers are going, though, and Luke leading the frontier, though, I think it should be warranted that he gets some MVP votes.
Yeah, Luka Doncic just has been great. I was just watching the Pelicans game last night. He just makes it look too easy. I'm talking about step back three, cash. If he wants to take it to the basket, he takes it all the way. If he wants to draw a foul, he's gonna get to the free throw line. Right? He has his free throws up from about 9.5 from last season to about 12 attempts this season. So he can also just manipulate the mid range. His game is just very fun to watch if you're a Lakers fan, and I'm pretty sure if you're the opposing team, you're sick of him. But I love Luka Doncic. He's just that dude. The Lakers got there, and RIP Kobe Bryant. I'm not trying to disrespect him in any way or take anything away from what he done, but they got their new Kobe Bryant, a guy that's gonna put the fans in the seats. He's gonna do all the crazy shots, make all the crazy plays, and he just makes it look good. All right. Also, just quick shout out to Austin Reeves. Him and Luca, the highest scoring duo in the NBA right now. They're just cooking right now. And once again, LeBron James. I just said this to my brother earlier. Shout out Kyle. Um, I thought I'd never see the day LeBron James is the third option. I've never seen something like this to where Luca and AR can both go off for 25 plus, and LeBron can finish the game with 12, 5 and 5. Like it's just, I'm pretty sure LeBron is so happy right now. His body is like, thank you, like, cause to go through all those seasons of doing what we both know LeBron James has been doing for 2 decades,
Not literally.
his body has to be tired. I just came from the gym. I'm halfway through the workout. I'm a little winded. And I'm like, shit. So I don't know nothing about going through a whole 82 regular season and then going to the finals for how much, like 10 times? Like, I don't
Nah,
know. That's too much for me. But just real quick, my pick. As much as I want to say Luka Doncic, I think the Lakers have a decent roster. To the DeAndre Aytons of the world, the Rui Hachimura's, he has the Austin Reeves. Shout out Gabe Vincent. He's knocking down history. You got the Marcus Smarts, right? You got Maxi Kleber, even though he did the first ever reverse layup to where he laid it up and threw it backwards and just airballed it. I've never seen that in my life. But they have a decent roster. I'm going with the person you just spoke about a little bit earlier, Cade Cunningham, because I'm looking at the drop off when you got Cade, and then who's the next best player? It's talking about Jalen Duran,
Jalen, yeah.
and he's made a tremendous leap, and he's good. But Cade Cunningham is the reason why the Detroit Pistons are at top of the Eastern Conference. He's a walking triple double threat. He can shoot the ball, pass it, rebound, and his passion for the game. He's a great free throw shooter, but just the confidence he has, it instills into the rest of the team. And I just don't think he can do it any wrong. He brought Detroit out of purgatory, and I just love what he's doing. Um, yeah, if I had to give someone MVP right now, I would just say it's Mr. Cade Cunningham.
I'm here for it. I like Kate Cunningham MVP nods.
But shout out to everybody else. You got the Shea Gildish Alexanders of the world. You have the Giannis and the Kumpos of the world, even though their team fell off a cliff. Well, not fell off a cliff, they dived off a cliff. So, was there any other notable names? Tyrese Maxey has been doing his thing.
Jalen Brunson. He been doing this thing though, but
That's gonna do it for this episode of It's Debatable NBA edition. Excuse me.
they always want to hate on the brother.
No, I'm not hating, but you're telling me been in the MVP.
Yeah, he's at least
I would
top.
say that more last season.
He's averaging
Well,
28.
yeah, but 28 is nasty now in today's NBA. 28's like 10. You got to get into those high 30s, brother.
Let me see the. Do they have the?
And aren't they like the fifth seed? Like they even got the same record as Miami.
They're the second seed. Thank you very much. All right, so we got Jokic, Shea, Luca at 3, Giannis at 4, Kate at 5. Next
Nah,
5,
pull up the standings. What is the next record, nigga?
the second seed, brother.
Pull it up. I just looked the other day. They was like tied for fifth. Like what are we doing?
They're 13 and 6.
And they're the second seed.
Yes.
Somebody fact check, Sips fact check, please. Like, I feel like he's
I,
lying.
I got a fact. You want me to share the screen?
Share it. Yeah, I want to see it. I feel like you're lying.
Yeah, I gotta lie about the Knicks being second
You
seed.
you do.
This guy's just a pure hater. What LeVar Ball said, because you are a hater. I will never wear Big Ball brand shoes. Because you are a hater.
Look at my Lakers. I'm like, look at them, man. They looking good, brother.
Yeah, look how we both second seed, man. And I respect
Man, y'all tired, nigga. Toronto got the same record.
14 and 7. Thank you
So
very
they have
much.
to wait. So what? So who has more wins?
Thank you very much. Who has more losses?
No. Shout out Meek Mill. Wins and losses.
Thank you very much. We're second seed.
Nigga, y'all are tied for the set. That don't count, nigga. Y'all
Nah,
basically third.
second
I could
seed.
I could sneeze and it look like y'all be six.
It says it right there.
Hey, you see now the Lakers are clearly second. Like they could lose tonight and they're still second. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? The Rockets, man, get that bum ass team off the screen. No about no damn Houston Rockets. All
Welcome
right, so
to.
Sebs and Knicks are tied for second. Like he tried to gaslight everybody, acting like they
We
had a
are
big
second.
lead on
Stop saying that we're second.
y'all tied for second.
Nigga, we're second, bro. It says it
You
right
just
there.
showed everybody there's a team with more
Men
wins than
lie.
y'all. You
Men
got a
lie, women
team
lie.
that got more wins.
Men lie, women lie, and stats don't lie.
Yeah, who has more wins? Just answer that.
Who is second in this conference?
Yo, so whenever
Who is second in the conference?
all right,
What
the Knicks.
when
All right, look,
they say
I answered
number
your
two?
question. The Knicks. Now answer my question.
When
Who
they
has
say
more wins,
number two,
Toronto or the Knicks? Just answer it.
it doesn't matter how much wins the Raptors have.
Damn, bro. Wait, so the mass person on Survivor Series was The Rock?
Montez Ford.
Yo, seven.
Yeah, boy.
Nigga, they're not even the same height.
Yeah, boy. I heard Trick Williams.
Nigga, but do you see the height? Nigga, how that gonna be them tall that bro? Nigga, it's obviously a grande Americano.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
But that's gonna do it for this episode of It's Debatable NBA edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with co-host Sebastian. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Follow us on all social media platforms at It's Debatable double underscore. Make sure if y'all see somebody like Seb on y'all lawn, close your windows, lock your doors, call the police. We out here.
Bet. Bet.